much you can do. What can you do, mate? Oh, fuck.
Eating like a king. It was one of the most ridiculous weeks ever. There was like everything was an option. We kept spending the money. And at the end of it, I talked to my dad. He said, "Dan, did you put any money aside for taxes?" And I said, "Nope." And that was the day that I got introduced to Norm. And Norm was my accountant. And what he said is, "How about we put you on a salary, but what do you need to live?" And I was like, "Well, my expenses are covered. Let's do $60,000 a year, and everything else we'll put in the bank account." And that one decision allowed me to save the seed money I needed to eventually start the company that made me a multimillionaire. So at the start, the most important thing is to live off as little as possible and reinvest in yourself, reinvest in your business, reinvest in your future. So most people would say that you want to put 50% towards needs. You know, you gotta live, you gotta eat. You got 30% towards wants. Right, so that brings it 80%, and then 20% towards savings. High level, think about it. So all consuming and living, you want to be at 80%, save the rest. Which brings us to the second rule, which is to pay yourself first. This one's tough. Some people feel like all their money's got to go out first. I got to help other people before I ever help myself. Here's what I know. You are actually the most important asset. Not a house, a car, a watch, an investment. It is you. I remember back in 2009, I was talking to my business partner, Ethan, and we had a major issue we had to solve in the business. And I asked him to meet me at the office, and he said he couldn't. Now, we have just raised $1 million from some of the top investors in San Francisco, and we're building out the team, and we ran into an issue with our product. And I said, "Why can't you meet?" He's like, "Hey, man, I've got to get the laundry done." "Okay, I know it's Sunday, dude, but you can do your laundry on any other day." And he said, "Yeah, but if I don't do it this, I got a plan, and da, 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 da." And I'm like, "Man, on your way to work, there are literally 3 different laundromats that do wash and fold. Like, they'll do it for like $35. It's like, yeah, man, I'm not really paying myself enough. I'm barely making rent." So here's a situation where we just raised $1 million to build a business, and he can't come work on the business because he's too busy doing laundry. The issue wasn't paying himself enough to essentially invest in things that would buy back his time so him and I could actually go jam to solve the problem. See, most people stay broke because they're trading time for money. What I'm going to encourage you to consider is invest time for skills to get paid more and then buy more time to reinvest in learning new skills that make you more money. See, most people spend time to save money. I like to spend money to save time. Once I've got that time, then I invest it in acquiring new skills that allows me to become more valuable. Then I get to make more money to then buy time to invest in more skills. That is the equation. I remember once I was talking to one of my coaching clients, Brad Redding. He had an incredible company, and he was kind of burnt out, and he wanted to sell it. I said, "You could, and you know the price, and people will buy it from you today. Or you take some of the profit you're making, instead of reinvesting in more software developers and marketing teams and all that stuff, just pay yourself more so you can enjoy life a little bit better." I said, "Just make a list of things that you would love to do." And he put on there, "I'd like a gym in my house. I love to be able to hire somebody to take care of the kids. We can get date nights." So we were only talking a few $1,000s a month. And I said, if you could invest in you to give you more time to build the business bigger, that dollar amount today is going to turn into millions of dollars in a few years. And that's exactly what happened. So the way Brad bought back his time and his energy is that not only did he have time to work on key things, spend time with his wife, but he got the energy back by not having to worry about not spending enough time with his family, not going on date nights, taking care of his health. I mean, he's literally transformed his body from where he was to where he is today because he made an investment in himself. If you pay yourself first, you force yourself to find resources to cover other expenses. Which brings us to number 3, which is to assign your priorities. Oprah Winfrey once said, "You can have it all, just not all at once." I mean, it's kind of like you can do anything, you just can't do everything. When people see me today, they go,